The way I found out was by complete coincidence. I received a letter from the government asking me to update my email address so they could send my post digitally instead. Our government is trying to get people to move to digital environments. All I had to do was log into the government site, add my email, and log out. It would have been that quick, but curiosity got the better of me. I decided to explore the other tabs on the site. There was nothing to it, really. I had absolutely no suspicion before. I always believed I was my parents' biological child. I don't resemble my mother, but I do look like my father. People even say so. I also share his personality. But it turns out, I'm related to neither. The tab I checked was the one containing my identity. There were multiple entries, and I noticed my registered first name was completely different. I initially thought it was an administrative error. Then I saw that the source of my information was adoption. At that moment, I was in denial, but I knew I had to confront my parents. I first approached my mother because I was emotionally closer to her. At first, she pretended not to know what I was talking about, but I pressed on, and she realized the truth had to come out. I asked her jokingly, "Did you dig me from the trash?" She confessed that I was indeed adopted and that they had planned to tell me eventually. You have to understand why I was shocked. My parents are both Chinese, and I am Chinese. We live abroad. I am an intraracial adoptee. I knew Chinese children who were adopted, but they all had white parents, so it was obvious. My parents chose not to tell me during my childhood, as is the cultural norm. My whole family knew. I feel like Harry Potter discovering he's a wizard. The long and short of it is, my biological parents are unknown, allegedly. They left me at a school, and I was adopted from the orphanage when I was a baby. My mother wanted children, but she always had poor health. In hindsight, there were definitely signs, but all of them were circumstantial. My mother was quite old when she had me. My parents were already settled abroad at that time, yet somehow I was born in China. I was not breastfed. There are no pictures of my mother pregnant. A doctor once asked me if I was adopted. I thought it was a routine question they asked everyone. My parents decided to raise me as their own, and evidently they love me very much. I don't harbor any ill will towards them for not telling me. I think I gave my mom quite a fright there. As someone who recently made this discovery, I am curious about my biological parents. But I also think it is a textbook case. My parents were probably poor and didn't want a girl, so they left me to be discovered. No further details are known. The chances of finding out are abysmally small. In some strange way, I am glad I discovered this on my own, even under such bizarre circumstances. It feels like fate's hand guided me, even though I don't really believe in that. It feels like I was meant to find out this way. My parents always told me I was a lucky child. I feel in some way fulfilled to finally understand what they really meant. Anyway, I just felt like getting that off my chest. I'm still processing it. I'm not necessarily looking for advice, but maybe for people to just read it. So if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it.